Alright guys, we're out here with the Voyager and we're gonna do another battery test. I think I said I'm gonna see where we're at after 12 miles. Okay, I wanna see what's going on here with, if I can get, that's what I got on the Jetson. If I get 12 miles, that means I can go on the trails with it. And I mean, I don't want to go all the way, pack it up and take it out to the trail if I'm not gonna at least get 12 miles. So I wanna see if I can at least get 12 miles with it. And as far, I have the bugs worked out as far as the clicking and the brake rubbing and all that. So I took care of the brake rubbing, and then Randy gave me a little, Randy rides, by the way, I'll put a link in there. He's really good with modding and he's real knowledgeable, but I guess he had the same issue with one of his Jetsons. The chain was too tight on here. So what that caused was for this gear here, little sprocket, to be clicking. It was very annoying, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was wrong with it. So, you know, I loosened the bolt here and then backed this out, and as soon as I did that, it went away. So now it just has this little bit of slop in there. Before, it was, you couldn't even move this, okay? It was tight as a drum. So if you have one of these kind of bikes with this little single sprocket, and that's clicking, if you get it new, that's probably going to be what the problem is. I don't know why it does the clicking, but it does. So yeah, let's see if we can get 12 miles with this thing, and then maybe we can take it to the trail. I wanted to take it for a nice ride today. They said, oh, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. And yeah, it's gonna rain, but when? They said it would start raining at 8. It's already like 11 and it hasn't started yet, so. All right, let me get the app going. Now I'm gonna say the Achilles heel of this bike is gonna be the brakes, because they don't seem like they're that good. So, I mean, I know you can upgrade brakes and all that stuff, but you know, there's a lot of people that aren't gonna do that crap. Including me. I'm too old to go there. But yeah, this is the second speed on this thing, and basically what this does is makes it into a Jetson Bolt Pro at this speed, because this is the speed of the Jetson, this 14 something, you know, 14 and a half, 15 miles an hour. That's what this thing does in this second speed. And you can feel it constantly pushing back on it, killing the motor or whatever it does, you know, to slow it down. The controller's working against itself. But like I said, we're just trying, I want to see if I can get 12 miles out of it so I can take it to the trails. Because if I can't get 12 miles out of it, I don't think it's worth packing up to take there. I'll just use it as my beater. Because, you know, I am selling my Jetsons and the batteries and all that. So now that I got this and that Cheer, which goes like 17, 18, and I have the Engui, which goes 20. That Jetson, I love the Jetson, don't get me wrong, but that just 14 miles an hour just don't cut it. And I don't know if it's worth, you know, doing all them mods and spending all that money on that thing, you know. I just don't know if it's worth doing, to be honest. I mean, for me. I mean, Randy did it. He was going 30 miles an hour on that thing. So, hey, you know, kudos to him on that. But, I mean, I don't have time to waste on doing that kind of crap. Even if I knew how to do it, I don't have time to waste doing it. So, I don't know. Let me bring the speed up here a little bit. I'm getting bored already with that 14. Already getting bored. So what I'm gonna order when I get back today is I'm gonna get some new pedals. This thing has the rack, so I mean, on this test, I don't need to go wide open because on the trails, I only go 15. So I only need to do 15 miles an hour and try to calculate the mileage out from 15 miles an hour. I don't go 22 or anything like that on the trails. Very rarely do I do that on the trails. If there's nobody around, if I'm on one of the scooters, I'll rank it up there, you know, rip it, let it rip for a while. But for the most part, when I'm out there on the trails, I am obeying the laws. Oh, there's already somebody in the drive up at Popeyes. Oh, this thing is so much nicer without that clicking. That clicking was literally driving me nuts for them first 2 rides I took. I was like, what the heck is that? Because it wouldn't do it all the time. It would do it like periodically. It would click, 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 and then it would stop. And I'm like, okay, well, what's that? Then I would stop and pull over, and I would pick the bike up, you know, pick up the rear end and turn the throttle, and then nothing would happen. Oh yeah, it was very annoying. So, yay for Randy. That's what I say. Now this bike, it rides real nice. I mean, it's got that little bit of, you know, that little $5 suspension on there. So yeah, it rides really nice. Now this thing will go, man. This thing is quick. I think I should get one of these GPS readers. Maybe I should use the phone that has the data, because this thing jumps. This phone doesn't have data. It's just reading the GPS. This is an old iPhone 5, actually, or a 4. I think it's a 5 or a 4, one or the other. But it just jumps out. It jumps in and out with the numbers so much. I think if it had data, maybe it wouldn't do that so much. It wouldn't be so inaccurate. Yeah, this thing definitely has a way nicer ride than the Jetson. It kind of rides a little bit like that Ingui. The Ingui has a real nice ride on it too, you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to order the pedals for this. Gots to have those folding pedals. That guy looked like he was real interested in this bike. Maybe he was gonna try to rob me. Oh yeah, this thing is riding really nice. Since got that clicking stopped. I mean, it ran fine with the clicking. It was just that the clicking would drive you crazy. That was the problem. You kept looking down and like, what the heck? I mean, at first I thought it was brake rubbing, right? I thought that was the issue, was brake rubbing. But I got that worked out like in one or 2 minutes. Just tightened everything up, and I think all the pads weren't all tightened up good. But once I tightened everything up, it just centered everything. So that rubbing went away. I wonder if I should do some off-roading and go in there and take the scooter in there. I'm gonna take the Dagway and the, oh, I need a mirror for this thing too. So I hate not being able to see behind me. The Dagway, Costco. Yeah, he kept staring, so I'm figuring he was interested. not in robbing me, but he wanted to get one of the bikes. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and take a little break, check the mileage. Boy, the acceleration on this is really smooth too. Yeah, it just takes off. And the brakes, yeah, the brakes are the sore spot with this thing. Honest to God, they are really. And of course they're getting hot already because I've been going, you know, 22, 23 miles an hour and then stopping. So they're heating up already and they start to get that fade already, the brake fade. So I've been 3.2 miles already. So, all right, let me look at this. The gauge hasn't moved yet, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut the video for a while. I'm just gonna put the miles on and we'll check back. It even has a trip odometer there. It says 3.5 on that, so at least this has a little trip. And then of course it has it on that too. It shows the mileage. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the video for a while. I'll get back, and when we get to about 8 miles, we'll pop back in. All right, guys, we are at the 8-mile mark, at the 8.6 here, and it says on there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 bars left, but it's not. As soon as you hit the throttle, that thing drops down to 2. Okay, so it's just doing one of them deals like the Jetson does. Okay. So yeah, it's running really good. I've been really getting on it actually. I've been running it pretty wide open since we were at the 3.5 mile or whatever it was mark. So I've been hitting it pretty good. So it's running great, man. It's running flawlessly. All right, I'll check back in. I should be able to at least get to 11, 12. I should be able to at least get to 12. All right. All right, guys. So I'm at 12.2 on the mileage, and Popeyes is open and running, and Dunkin' Donuts is there. I'm still going, and it's raining, and yeah, I'm not raining hard, but it's raining enough. So it's just coming and going. So like I'll stop for a couple of minutes, go under like some canopy, and then it'll stop, and then it'll come back and it'll rain again. Right now it's just phasing out now. So I'm gonna keep going, man. I want to see what the mileage is. So let's just rock and roll. Guys, so we're still going. Okay, so I'm way past what I thought this thing was gonna do. On here it says 16.1 miles, and on this thing it says 14, and on this it says 14.8, which I kind of believe this more, but I predicted this would go 12. Now my average speed's gonna not probably be that good because I've had to stop. It's been raining, okay? So I would have to stop and just pull under these canopies and stuff like that for 3-4 minutes. It's been just going, you know, one of them crazy days where the rain just keeps popping in and out. So yeah, hey, look, so I'm happy with this thing. This thing's definitely trail worthy, and I have not pedaled one pedal. Okay, there has been no pedaling going on at all. So this is straight throttle only. So I'm getting like 15 right now, and I guarantee you it'll at least go another mile. I mean, it's showing now it's going back up to 3 bars, but it's on the last leg right now. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna go another mile or so and then cronk out. So we'll stop and check it at that time. All right, guys, I'm gonna pick the video back up because I'm pretty sure we're getting to the end of the road on the battery. So we're gonna pick that back up. Still drizzling, sun's out, it's drizzling. It's starting to get around noon, I think, because the traffic's starting to really pick up over here. It's 12:30. So I'm gonna turn around actually. I like to come up this way when it starts to get all this traffic. Okay, so we're moseying on along here. So I'm real happy with the mileage so far. That's fantastic. Fantastic mileage on this thing so far. What, 15, 16 miles? It's throttle only. I haven't pedaled one bit. Not one time have I pedaled. So yeah. It's this thing, it's not worth pedaling this. It's like the Jetson, or not the Jetson, but the, well, yeah, like the Jetson. The Jetson and the Ingui. You're pedaling, it does nothing. I guess you'd have to put a different sprocket or something on there. I mean, I guess you could do that to get some more tension on it. Man, the handling, this thing handles so nice, man. Wow. Really a sweet steering bike. Really nice. Love the way this thing steers. I think I have lost some speed. Okay, so it's down to the last kahuna there. It's down to the last bar is flashing. Yep, it's flashing that it's over. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, the speed, wait a minute, the speed's still going pretty decently. 20, 21, so it's still going to full speed almost. Maybe it lost a mile an hour or something. But yeah, it's still going. So that last bar down there is flashing. I don't know if it has a cutoff or, I'm not sure. Don't want to ruin the battery, so I don't know if I'm gonna push my luck anymore. Maybe I'll make one more little run. Let me see. If I don't hold it wide, yeah, there it goes. Even not holding it wide open, that last bar is flashing. The last bar. And the battery little drawing there is flashing too, so. Up there it went. It just died. It just completely turned off. Okay, so that's the end of it. Let me wrap up the app. So there it goes. It just stops. There, I just turned the power off. So there you know when the battery dies, the whole thing just shuts down. So it says on here 16.3 miles. So there you go. Yay. All right, guys, I'll put the relive thing in there, and that was it. There's no more. That said 17.7 or 18 or something like that. So it is what it is. We'll put it in there.
That's all, folks.